Hey everyone, welcome back to another All Things Nerd video. As always, my name is Nathan. Today we are in Exiles Reach, the beginning starter zone for essentially new players to World of Warcraft. If you've never done Exiles Reach, I highly recommend that you do it. There's really some neat content on here, even as for new beginners to the game. It's just a fun way to go through and even learn a new class. On the island, there is a dungeon called Darkmaul Citadel, and that's like the main dungeon you do before you actually leave the island to go to either Stormwind or Orgrimmar for the Horde and Stormwind for the Alliance. But there's actually a waterfall that runs directly next to Darkmaul Citadel, and underneath the waterfall, there's actually a unique hidden cave with some Tortollan that have inhabited it. We don't know why it's here, why it's existing, and I'm assuming Blizzard had bigger plans for this, but may have scrapped it at the very end of making Exiles Reach. Now, for those of you who don't know, I actually was introduced to this cave, and I'm giving full credit to Utility Monk. Thank you, Monk, for showing me this cave in Exiles Reach. It's really awesome. We're going to be taking a look at both versions today. If you haven't met Utility Monk or don't know who Utility Monk is, he is a awesome member of the ATN Discord. He also runs his own YouTube channel, which I will be linking in the comment section below. I would really appreciate if you could go give him a follow, give him a sub, and go check out some of his videos. He likes to do exclusive content to Exiles Reach, and he just does some fun stuff there. So yeah, let's get started into the video and let's go check out this cave. I have to give credit where credit is due because I love the beautiful atmosphere on Exiles Reach that Blizzard has developed for this game. I think it's great to have like this camping slash like outdoorsy forest look to the island, and I just love it so much, so I admire it. If you haven't been through Exiles Reach, like I had said, I highly recommend that you do. It's a really fun experience. Some cool music you get, and just the atmosphere is great. But one of the things that we want to talk about today is there's actually a hidden cave under the waterfall where I'm currently on my map. It's going to be right underneath here next to Darkmaul Citadel. And coming up to the waterfall, other than its beauty, we can start swimming below. And I'm actually on a undead horde character today, Toon, I should say. And because I didn't want to have to worry about breathing underwater. And what's really neat about this cave is I don't know if Blizzard had more plans to use this cave for a bigger quest line, or maybe they want to introduce more people, or maybe there's just hidden stuff in here that I just have no idea about. Utility Monk had brought this to my attention when we were doing we were leveling up my character on Exiles Reach, and I never knew this cave was here. I never swam over here. I never just thought to come over here. It's really kind of cool to see new things that you still discover even to this day. So thank you again, Utility Monk, for pointing this out. When you first swim up to the cave, you're going to notice some Tortollan that are inhabiting it. And they actually have names. One is Key, the other is Zinc. You can't actually talk to them at all, but they do belong to the Tortollan Seekers. And there's also May. And then you have Tiang, I think that's how you say it. You have Trem, who's over here sitting down. You have a couple of like kids of Tortollan, who is Pem and Jard. And then inside the cave, you have like this beautiful scene of the coral and the like paint and everything that's just growing on the walls. Like, it's just a beautiful, awesome picture here. And I'm actually going to be taking a screenshot to save for my collection because I don't know, I always thought it was pretty beautiful to come in here. Like I said, again, Blizzard just did a great job on the artwork with the cave and also the waterfall and the atmosphere on Exiles Reach. It's definitely one of my favorite places to go inside of all of World of Warcraft. Now, coming inside the cave, you'll notice I don't know if it's like a creature that lived years ago on Exiles Reach, and I'm assuming it may have belonged to a certain type of, family that used to swim underwater. One of the families I could think of is Nessie in the Stormwind Deep Run tram going to Ironforge. You see Nessie in the water, and I wonder if this is sort of the same creature because it resembles the same outline of the skeletal structure and the bones that are laying in the ground. But other than that, this is just a really cool scene that you get in here with the little fishes swimming around. You got the tortollan. And then over here on the left side, you get like a baseball that looks like. You get a little Horde play wind-up toy ship. You get a Alliance wind-up toy ship. And I'm assuming they're like the kids, they play with them. And then you got this like bag of goodies. Don't know exactly what's inside of here, but I'm assuming there's just more toys. But if you come up to Tiang, you can actually talk with them, and this is the interaction you get.
I do so enjoy a good scroll.
Tiang says, well, you must be an undead, right? I haven't seen one of you in a while. Come to hide from all the insane necromancy going on? I don't know how well your kind breathes underwater. We're all waiting for this to blow over before we head off again. I give it another 5-10 years, not too long for me. That may be a while for you, though. And then you can answer with, I'm actually trying to stop the necromancy on this island. Why, look at you. Well, perhaps I can help a little bit with the scroll to get you back to the main part of this island. We are fairly off the beaten path after all. And then you can have two options. I'd love to fast way back to the main part of the island, or no, thank you, I'll swim back. And I'm going to choose I'll swim back, and this is what Tiang says.
Oh, my back is killing me.
And there you go. So it's a really fun little interaction that you get inside this cave with the tortollan, and it's just really awesome to see inside of here. I love like the coral, like I said, growing on the walls, and you got the starfish, and just the glow of everything in here is awesome. So why this exists over here, I think it's just, you know, one of my theories is that Blizzard put it over here for new players, for them to encourage them to do exploration on their own, and they find little hidden secrets and little things like this. So I think that's the reason why Blizzard put it over here. Maybe they had a bigger quest line for these tortollan. They were going to involve more in Exiles Reach. I don't know, but it's just really awesome to see this over here, and I love to see it. It's really cool, but I think Blizzard put this in here for the exploration for new players, that they get rewarded if they go see different things that they're going to see inside of Azeroth and inside the world once they get out of Exiles Reach. That's just my theory. Maybe I'm wrong. If you know more about this cave, let me know. Now, there is two versions to this cave. This is the first one. Let's go check out the second one. All right, now that we are out of Exiles Reach completely and we are out of bounds, we're going to be going into the main island here, and we're going to go head back to the waterfall to where we originally wanted to go to begin with. And we're just going to make our way this way. If you've never been outside of bounds of Exiles Reach, I highly recommend that you do. It's pretty neat to see some of the stuff that they don't normally put inside of the retail version of the game. And one thing you will notice that coming inside of here, there is no water. All the water is unloaded. That is very typical for out of bounds exploration. If you're new to out of bounds exploration, usually you want to avoid water, but here we're okay to go inside. Now, as we approach the cave, this is what I was talking about. There is a whole different cave here compared to the retail version of the game. You don't see the tortollan in front of the cave. You don't see like the pretty colors inside of it and all that. Now, pretty much the outside and the waterfall all looks the same, but you'll notice that there's a whole different cave entrance here. There's a whole different cave, and we're going to go check it out right now, what's actually inside. You'll notice that the same fish are swimming around. But here's inside of the cave, and what's really interesting is once you go inside of the cave, there still is water here, but it's a whole different cave that you get. And why the cave was actually used to begin with, or why there's a whole different one than the one in the retail version of the game, I don't know. And the reason I say retail version of the game is because obviously this was a different version of the game before it was developed into the actual cave that we have now with the tortollan inside of it. So I don't know if this was like an alpha version of the cave. I don't know if this is like a beta version. I don't know what Blizzard had planned for the cave, but obviously they had more that they wanted to do. And something really interesting in here as well is you'll notice a random skeleton with a ball and chain attached to him. And so, you know, did Blizzard have more that they wanted to do out here? Who knows? You know, this could have been part of a quest line. This could have been a hidden path that they wanted people to find. But like I had said before, I think in what they have now with the Tortolan, I think it just encouraged new players coming into Exiles Reach and World of Warcraft to explore and to have that feeling of exploring, right? That's what Azeroth and World of Warcraft's about. It's about the adventure. It's about the exploration, right? My whole channel's built on out of bounds exploration. So this definitely fits into the whole theme of All Things Nerd, and I love it so much. So anyways, I just want to say thank you to Utility Monk for bringing this video to my attention. And, you know, all credit to him because he was the one to show me the cave to begin with. And I never even knew this was out here. So really awesome. It's really cool to see these little tidbits that Blizzard puts in the game that you don't even know exist or didn't know it was out here. Why it's out here, who knows? And it's really interesting to me that they keep water here, but then once you walk outside the cave, you're in no more water. So why they just keep water in here, I have no idea. So anyways, guys, that is the hidden cave inside of Exiles Reach. And it's really neat to see these little things inside the game that you normally don't get to see. Now, I actually currently have a Stinky Bright Potion on in Exiles Reach at the moment. So if you want to see the cave for without a Stinky Bright Potion, you know, come out here and check it out. It's really neat. But that's it, guys. That is the hidden cave in Exiles Reach. As always, my name is Nathan. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.